all my crafty friends, this is Cindy B from mrsbscraftroom.blogspot.com. Today I'm going to be making a birthday party invitation. My youngest grandson Logan will be turning 1 next month, and we're going to be planning his first birthday party. So I thought it would be really fun to do Elmo as the theme. I've got this Elmo's Party cartridge, Cricut cartridge, and I'm going to be making a lot of the items in the cartridge for his party. So we're going to start out with making the birthday party invitation. Let's get started. So the image that we're going to use for the invitation is found on page 41 of the handbook. It's the little Elmo in the star. And we're going to put him on the front of the party invitation. So today I will be using my Imagine to cut out all of the images. Cartridge in, and I'm going to select the, I'm going to cut out Elmo first, the layer. So on this particular cartridge, I need to select the Layer 1, Layer 2 button, and select Elmo. Now, because I'm gonna go ahead and use my own red cardstock instead of coloring in Elmo with the feature, the print and cut feature on the Imagine, we're just going to do the cut feature today. So because I've selected Elmo already, I'm going to hit the next button, and that brings Elmo up on my screen. Oh, but you know what? I forgot to size Elmo. So I need to hit the back button, and then I need to select Elmo up in the toolbar screen. And when I do that, an extra little image will come up with a little crayon. So I will select the crayon, and that gives me the ability to edit the size. So currently right now, Elmo is set to cut at 4 inches. And I really only want him to cut at 2.5. Whoops. So let's move that down to 2.5 and hit apply. And now he's changed down to 2.5 inches, and then hit next, and now we have him up here on our screen. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. He's up there in the upper left-hand column. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to make 25 birthday party invitations. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to hit autofill, which is the button on the upper right corner of the screen on the Imagine. And let's see how many Elmos we can fit on this page. So it's got 6, 9, 12. Okay, so I can only get 15 Elmos cut on a page. So I'll have to cut 10 more. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and hit next. And I'll get my paper loaded into the Imagine and get the first 15 Elmos cut. So here are the first 15 little Elmos cut out, and now I'm going to get ready to cut out the next 10 that I need. Let me go to 9. That's interesting. I wonder why it does that. Okay, well, okay. So I guess I'm only going to cut 9 more, and then I'll have to cut 1 more. But I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, and I'm basically going to do the same thing for all the little layers to make my Elmo in the star on page 41. So I'm going to cut all of those out. So going back to the Imagine, when the screen comes back up, it just brings up the one Elmo there on the screen. So now what I'm going to do is tell it to print or to cut 10. So here we have a art quantity button, and I'm just going to move that up until it is at 10. So I wanted to show you real quick a picture of the card that we're making. So this is the little Elmo coming out of the star, and then this is the card that was on the Elmo Party base. And then I've added this little frame here, and I'm going to show you how I made that on the Gypsy. I added the frame. I thought it needed a little something extra on the invitation. So let's go to the Gypsy. And the cartridge that I'm using to make that frame is Lacy Labels. So I have the cartridge pulled up, and I'm using this one here. So it's the second row, the fourth one in. I'm going to select that image, bring it to my mat, and I sized it to fit into the card base from the Elmo cartridge. So let me bring the card from the Elmo cartridge over. Let's get rid of one of those. And I'm going to bring in that image. And so what I did is this is the card base from the Elmo cartridge that we'll be using. So I brought the image in and I just started enlarging it until I thought it was big enough to fit on the front of that card base as a frame. It might be a little too big. Okay, so then what I did is I copied it. I made another one, and this time I'm going to make that one a little bit smaller, and I'm going to slide that inside of the original one. And then you just kind of center it up and etc. and get the size that you'd like, and then you can group that together. So if you hit the group key and then hit the second image, hit the group key again, now you've closed off the group and you're able to move that out of the card and you've got your frame. So when it cuts, it's just going to cut that frame. So that's basically how I did that.